Alright, boys and girls, here is step-by-step procedure showing you how to do Stoichiometry Lab. So the first step of the procedure says mask the aluminum and record in the data table. So that's exactly what we are going to do. Here is a piece of aluminum foil. We are masking it and we will record that in our data table. This comes out to be 0.19 grams. This is mass of aluminum. The next step says mask the filter paper and record in the data table. All right. Mass of filter paper is 1.64 or 3 grams. The next step is we are going to use a graduated cylinder and measure 30 milliliters of 0.5 molar copper chloride and then pour it into a 50 milliliter beaker. So we have almost 30 milliliters measured here already. I'm just going to make sure that it's a perfect 30 milliliters. Read graduated cylinder at the eye level, lower meniscus. And now we are pouring that copper chloride solution into our small beaker. Okay. Next step in the procedure says that you should take your aluminum foil and tear it into small pieces and add it to your 50 milliliter beaker where you have the copper chloride solution. Here we go. I'm going to show you a close-up to show you what's happening in the beaker. We are mixing the reaction mixture to make it go faster. And you can see a brown coloration because the aluminum foil is reacting with copper chloride. We're gonna wait till we are sure that the entire aluminum has reacted with copper chloride. Alright, we're gonna let the reaction mixture sit and react while we create a setup to filter this solution because our goal is to separate the copper from the reaction mixture. To set up a filtration equipment, you will need a big beaker, clay triangle that you place on the big beaker. You put a funnel through it and then you put a filter paper through it. Remember, we already masked our dry filter paper. To put a filter paper in a funnel, you should always fold it in half, fold it in quarters, and then open one flap so it makes a nice cone, and then you place it in your funnel. All right. Usually this filter paper is gonna try to jump out of the funnel, no problem. Once we start pouring the reaction mixture in it, it's gonna nicely sit. Okay, looks like our reaction mixture is ready. We're going to pour it through the filter paper so we can separate the copper from the reaction mixture. This filtration process is going to take some time. We have to patiently pour the liquid and wait for it to filter. The goal is to get all the copper onto the filter paper. we're going to use a wash bottle which is filled with water to get rest of the residue onto the filter paper. Okay, you want to open the bottle maybe and just, ideally it should squirt out of the bottle, but I think we have a little less water in there. The idea is to use minimum amount of water so you don't have to wait to filter forever. As you can see, the copper is separating from the reaction mixture and it will sit on this filter paper. Alright, as you can see, our filtration is over. We only see copper on the filter paper. This is a wet filter paper that we have to now set aside to dry, and then we are going to come back tomorrow and mask this filter paper. We will see weigh this filter paper on day 2. Okay, we are back. It's day 2. Our filter paper looks pretty dry. We're gonna go ahead and mask our filter paper on our weighing scale right here. And the mass of the filter paper is 2.14 with copper. We're gonna put that on our data table. And that would be the end of data collection for this lab.